started on the content marketing. So let's talk about a little bit on the content marketing today. And so before we start into content marketing, so did you guys cover this in any of the previous courses, 101, 201? So if anyone know anything about content marketing, can anyone tell me, what you guys know about it? So that I will know, where I can start from the basic, or like I can just give you overview, or like how can I do it? Okay. Now, fine then. I'll just talk about it. I'll just explain you guys, what is content marketing. Then, if there are any questions, then we can, you guys can ask me. I can give you guys the answer on that. Okay. So, content marketing is basically is something that content that you create to, influence the purchasing power of the consumers. So, for example, anything that you have and you want to sell it to the people, your consumers. So you will be influencing them through your content only. So the content could be anything. The content could be something that that you put on your flyer, the something that you put on your social media. It could be any content. It could be blog, podcast. It could be anything at all. But the content, why we are saying this content marketing is because you are influencing your consumers through that. Actually, you're making them do some action that will benefit you. So that's why we call it a content marketing. And content marketing is like, it has two steps, if I have to say. So one is, creating content, another one is promoting it. So creating a content is not content marketing. So creating a content is, okay, so when, for example, if I have to talk about QA Cloud. So for QA Cloud, if I have to create any content at all, any blog or anything, white paper or anything that if I have to create, I just simply, can't create, without any keywords at all. So I'm sure that you guys might have, studied about keywords in the previous courses. So keywords is very important. So, so we need to do keywords, explore keywords research as well. So there are a lot of tools for that. There are, Hierarchy, SEMrush, Google Search Explorer. So we will use those tools, find out the keywords, relevant to our industry. Also, if possible, find out the best performing, keywords in terms of search volume and everything. Then we will be using it to create the, content. Whatever the content may be, doesn't matter. But mostly the keywords, we give more priority to the keywords when we work on, long, long type, content pieces like blog, white papers, something else. So for those kind of content, assets, we will be focusing more on the keyword because in certain, this small type of, content assets, the content itself will be very less. Maybe just 100 words or even 50 words, even less than that, who knows. But in that case, you won't be able to use as many as keywords that you can. But when you create a blog, for like 500 words, 1,000 words, 1,500 words, obviously you get the opportunity to use a lot of keywords in it. So it is very important that when you guys read about this content marketing, when you guys go through this course, I'm sure that you guys will come across this keywords, importance of the keywords as well. If you guys haven't read this in the previous courses, so that's right. So yeah, the common okay, so like I said, first you create a content. So next is promoting it. Promoting it in the sense, distributing the content to so many mediums possible. So some of the mediums, I would say like search engine optimization through search, option that Google search or Bing search, through that, you provide your content. When someone searches for it, for example, you create a blog like, why testing is important to, startups, and someone uses the same word or something, startup testing or something, then your blog comes up on the top. So through that way, you're promoting your blog, social media networks. Anytime that you write some content, you go and, publish it on all the social media platforms. So as you guys know, there are four, major social media channels: Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google Ads. So these are the Google. So these are the four, major channels that, that most of the companies use to promote. But again, it varies from the different, companies. Like, so for example, if you're a B2B company, you'll be focusing only on LinkedIn and Google. So if you're a B2C company, you'll be focusing more on Facebook, Instagram, and other, some video apps like TikTok kind of apps, those kind of apps that you'll be focusing on. So it depends on, the type of business that you're into. So, but I'm just saying, like, the distribution channels are like, there are a lot of channels out there. And so we will be, so mostly the recommendation from the marketers is that, so once you start, promoting it, promote it on either 2 to 3 platforms at once, actually, so that you will get to know, so in which platform your content is performing better, and, where that you can focus more on it. So that's how it is. Also, forums, through communities, you can, promote your blog, emails, newsletters, so many ways, you can, promote your blog or whatever, all your content pieces that you create, you can promote them. So there's not just one way to promote it. There's many ways, you can promote it. And so common types, if I have to say, so like I said, we have these blogs, newspaper, newsletters, and then white papers and brochures, flyers, video, doing podcasts, webinars, infographics, emailers, and any visual objects, ebooks. So these are, the type of content, we we use it, the common type, content that we use it to promote we use it to create and promote it. Okay. So this is the like overview of, what the content marketing is. And so mostly, like I said, before, the content marketing is mainly to influence your customers. That's the purpose that we use it, actually. And we use different keywords to make your, customers to find you easily. So that's the purpose we use the different keywords. Also to beat your competitors. So your competitors will also be using the same, strategy. So if you want to beat them, you have to be one step ahead of them, putting more content, not only just putting, one content in a month or like one content in a year will not work. So you have to continuously, update it. You have to continuously, frequently, you have to put the content, new content pieces. Also, you have to frequently, update it. So as the new technologies keep coming, so you have to continuously talk about new technologies and how that is going to affect you as well. So all these things, not only the content should be not only of, just about your companies. It more, lot of times, it works better, if you talk generic also, generic terms. So why, about this industry. Also, like if when you use a word, such words like why, how, what, so these are like, question kind of a question, these kind of things. So it actually, it works better. Because most of the time, when we go and search in Google search, what do we search? We say like, best 10 something. What is this? So these are the phrases that we use when we search in Google. So we always, when we are using the keywords or when we are putting a, giving a headline for any content that you create, if you use these kind of lines, it does a lot of possibility that, your content will come up in the top and, you will get, more traffic to it. So this is the basic, overview of like what the content marketing does. I mean, what the content marketing is. So if you guys have any questions, we can discuss on that. Anyone have any more questions on that?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, you are saying content writing is not only for promotion. We are promoting our company only. If we create the keyword which is related to our company, how we want to create? That's my question.
What you're saying, and then come again. Say it again.
We want to create a relevant to the company only the keyword.
Yeah.
If we how we can make it as a general one?
Okay, so you're saying like, so generic one, how we can create about it like that you're saying. Okay, see, when you're talking about any generic topic, for example, something, I'm not sure if you know this or not. So there are a lot of layoffs happening in and around in the world actually. All the big tech companies are, making these layoffs thing at all. So what you have to do is, so for example, I'm writing a blog and I'm talking about these layoffs, but somewhere, in some way, I used a different keyword to link it to my company. I did not talk the entire blog about my company at all. So, for example, 9,000 words, is the total, word count of the blog. Just that 100 words that I've used, the keywords that I wanted, and I talked about my company somewhere, by relating it to my company, saying that, if this company had done this, this wouldn't have happened. Twitter, had fired, so many people. You guys know that Elon Musk took over the company and he fired so many people. And there's a blame game going, one engineer was publicly he just put a statement on Twitter saying that Twitter is very slow, Elon Musk, and the engineer completely opposed it and he just fired him. So I will just say like at the end of the blog, by writing this, quoting this the same incident, I'll say like if the Twitter would have had a proper testing team, this wouldn't have happened. They would have known this much before, and they could have avoided all this issue like that. I would say. So if you have to mix up, generic thing with the keywords, this is how we should do it. So, Nandini, did I, give the answer that you're looking for, or like, is there something?
Yes, sir. But one request to you, sir. While you are replying, please say slowly, sir, because I can't able to come towards you very fast for me.
Okay, fine, got it. Okay. No, so what I'm saying is, Nandini, so, when you write a, blog and all, certain times, the blog, what you're writing will be completely of, your per company only. But when you're writing a generic blog, sometimes, how we can link to the keywords that we are talking about is that, just 100, let us say like 100 words, the total count of the blog is 100 words. And let's say like 90%, we'll talk about the generic things. But at the end of the blog, let's say conclusion. And conclusion will be, we'll link it some way, we will link it to the, our company. We will use the keywords, for example, software testing and some, global software testing, like these kind of keywords, if I find out that those are the best performing ones. And I will use those keywords to get it ranked actually. So you guys might have read about, web spiders. I show that you guys might have read about in the previous courses. So what these web spiders do is, they do not, they just scan your entire content, whatever the content that, that you put into the internet. Okay, it just scans your entire content, and wherever it finds the keywords, it will just, it will pop up your content on the top actually. So doesn't matter whether you used it at the start of the content or in the middle of the content or the bottom of the content, but as long as the keyword is used in that content, it has a chance of coming up in the top when someone uses that almost the exact trace of the keyword. Is that okay, Nandini? You got it?
Oh, okay, sir.
Anyone else? Any questions you guys can ask me? Anything at all you guys can ask me.
Just say about long tail keywords.
What, Kanchana?
Long tail keywords. Say about that.
Long term keywords you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what about long term keywords? Like, what are you trying to ask? Like, are you saying should we use it, or like what's your question to that?
I want to know about that. What's exact long tail words? Keywords.
Okay, fine. So long term keywords is, it's okay. How can I, if I can give you some example? Okay, so long-term keywords is, I will say like, I think just a few minutes before also, I also talked about two keywords. Okay, so short-term keyword is like basically it's just a one word. I would say like one word or just maximum two words. So software testing. If I say just the testing, if I just say like just the campaign, like any other word, just one or two words maximum is what you say this thing. But long tail keywords is something that it will be it will the phrase that is made of two to maybe 3 or 5 words or even more than that. So like that. And one example that I could give is as just before, like I said, let's say I just go to Google search and I type like top 10 best software companies in India. So if you look at this thing, so top 10 best software companies in India. So nearly like 6 big words that I've used here. Okay. So I can, if I give my keyword as itself as a long tail keywords like this, it has a better chance of coming up like that. So what it will show is when you type like this top 10 like this, it will show 10 companies. Okay, it will show either 10 companies or it will show a blog which has the name, which has this title at least. So you can find a title, of such blog or stuff like that. So it will show either the blog or with this title or the 10 companies, some 10 companies, some, based on its ranking, everything. So it will just show you the 10 companies like that. So that is what, we say it as a long tail keywords. And I can even show you example. One second. So hope you can see my screen. So I'm just running a Google ad, for my company, okay, for Green Club. And in this, if I have to show you the keywords. Okay, so you can see, these are the keywords that that I've given for running the Google Ads. So you can see this product testing jobs or this thing. Certain keywords are very small, but certain keywords, if you look at it, they are so big. Like the one that you asked. So here, if I see quality assurance company in India, so this is a long tail keyword. And one more example that I can give is. Anyways, I can also give this thing. So API testing, automation, interview questions, like that, and appropriate test framework supported by this thing. So you see these long-term, long tail keywords. So these are called the long tail keywords. And here, if you see here, we have given the broad match. So broad match in the sense, just even if one or two words, if they find any similarity with just one or two, words of this also, this result will be shown to the user, like, who's trying to search something, not just the complete phrase. So if you want, exact phrase, there's a separate term for that actually. So when I give that to the, in the ad that I'm running, the person who actually searches the exact term of the phrase that I've given only, the result will show up. But in the broad match, even if the two words match, the result will show up. So yeah. So you can see here also. So what are the keywords are I've given. I'll show you some of the keywords. So here you can see top 10 software testing companies. So top software testing companies, and then see software testing outsourcing companies. What else? Um, Okay, so I think that's all. But anyways, I hope you understood, what I said.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah. Okay, team. So Sandhya will be sending you guys 2 questions. After this call, she'll be, so consider that as an assessment. Okay. So this is your first assessment from me. And for this assessment, I want you guys to, write some, give me some, like in the form of content, like 200 to 300 words, for each of these questions. Okay. And I will be asking you guys questions on this thing. Okay. By next week. So just the 2 questions that I've given it to you guys. And the first question is about the Google Analytics, which that you guys have already, completed the course. So that one you guys should be able to answer it very easily. Okay. And I will be asking you guys, question on, on that, you guys, next week. So I will be asking you guys, going through each of your questions and asking why, you've given, that answer. And if there's something is wrong about it, then I'll correct you guys. If that is correct, then you just need to explain it to me. That's it. But I need it in, written format as well. 200 to 300 words of each question. So second question is about the ATL and BTL strategies. So anyone here know about what is ATL and BTL? Anyone read about that? No, is it?
No,
Okay.
sir.
Okay, so ATL in the sense after the line and BTL is below the line. Okay, so just do some research on that and give me a written answer for that as well. And I've also asked like how this is related to content marketing. So try to give an answer for that as well. In the next call that we will have, I will give you guys so that's what, like I said, I just want to see whether you guys can come up with the right answer or not. So if you guys come up with the right answer, I'll be happy to, know that. And if not, then I will give you guys the right answer. I will also explain, more on, what is meant by, ATL and BTL. So this is something that you guys should have, read about it long before, not at this stage. So anyways, it's okay. So I want you guys to cover this, at this point at least. So cover this thing. So before the last call, only after we get this assignment, completed by every one of you, then only we'll have the next call. Okay. So make sure you guys complete, the assignment by this week itself, by over the weekend or something. By before next Monday, I think everyone should complete and send it to Sandhya. And Sandhya, once you receive it, send everything to me as well. Okay. So any doubts on that, reach out to Sandhya. Sandhya, if anyone has any doubt or anything, just, talk to them. I will clarify it for you. Okay? Right. Okay. So yeah, I think that's all from my end, guys. So if there's nothing